Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, we're live. Check it out. We're rocking and rolling. Well, what do we got going on here? One watching. I think that's mine. I don't know if anybody's watching yet. I don't know. I didn't get notified that I was live, though. Let's see. Did I? No, I did not. Hmm. Am I live? Oh, yeah. There it is. It shows me live. Okay. Am I live? Oh, yeah. Hey, Brandon. Welcome. Didn't give you a notification either? Hmm. Wonder why. Wonder why. I don't know why it didn't do that. But as soon as I switched over to subscriptions on my phone, it showed me, it popped up right there. So I don't know. Let's see. I can do this and do this and do. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I want. Uh, is it? Oh, I don't. Maybe I can do that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess I can do that. Um, what am I doing? I'm going to go here and do this and do this and do that and see if that worked. You should have got an invitation. And I can close Messenger now. Should have been logged into it already. I don't know why I wasn't. But yeah, I'm real happy with how they turned out. I think they turned out real nice. The only thing I did is when I did them on that little bitty piece of scrap stock I had, I made this one and then I flipped this one over and turned it upside down so it would fit on the same piece of scrap stock. But what I didn't realize was that when you flip it back, it's two of the same part. So the engraving, the MKRC logo, is on the inside of one and the outside of the other, depending on how I mount them. So yeah. Oh well, that's all right. I don't know if I'm gonna polish them or paint them or what I'm gonna do with them. But for right now, I'm just gonna leave them. I brushed them with stainless steel to clean all the oxidation off, so they'd be a little shiny. So for now, I'm just gonna leave them like that. I hit the backside with the belt sander to take all the burrs off, but oh well, it is what it is. So I guess I'll start with this one. Figure out if my holes line up. That's the next task. See if the holes line up, right? Because that's kind of important that happens, if I'm not mistaken. Got to have the holes lined up. So yeah. And then I got to figure out what size screws I need to use. That one is almost long enough. I think I need to go with the next one longer. But yeah, I figured I'd just go live on the channel and put these things on real quick. Yeah, that's the one I want. Two of them. Oh, that one's in the wrong box. There we go. Want two of them. And I don't think I got the holes lined up right. I'm gonna have to do something about the holes. I got the holes way off. Way off. Way off. I'm gonna have to bolt it in and drill it out. And I want to put them on forward or backward. Probably want to be able to tilt the shocks forward, right? So I'm gonna mount that there. Get my 2mm driver. Get me a nut. Start it on there. Tighten down. Anybody else in the chat watching? Let's see if there's anybody else watching. Says 4 people watching. Hey, Pino, I see you in the chat. Have to watch a more very knowledgeable. Yeah, I made some shock tower mounts for my SCX10ii, and I engraved my logo on them. If I can get the camera to focus on it there. Yeah. So I just cut these out on my CNC machine. Pino, that's Brandon Bedwell, aka DOA Crawlers from the talk world. And I got my hole alignment a little bit off, so I gotta do a modification on the modification, you know. That's all right. It's all part of the game. This might prove to be interesting. I don't want that thing moving like that. That ain't no good. If I do it like this.
You know, you should have left the fan turned down out there.
I know, right? Windy, huh? Okay.
Did you get your part made?
Yeah, I got them made.
And you were able to save a lot of money making it yourself?
Oh, I haven't made that part yet. You mean the one for the 3D printer?
Or whatever. The one that you said is going to cost a lot of money to.
Yeah, the $80 part that I can now make on the CNC for my 3D printer. Yeah. I did get the aluminum for it today, though.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I spent $10, well, $14 on a piece of aluminum. Hey, Grassman. To make a new heated bed carriage, bed plate they call it, for my 300 millimeter 3D printer, because my last one got kind of warped and bent, and it's too hard to try to straighten it and get it right, so I just decided I'd make a new one. I was going to buy a new one, but the bed plate costs $70, and with CNC and a couple hours of time on my computer, I created one based on the dimensions of the old part, and there you have it. Now, I'll put this one on there just like that, but I think I'm going to try and drill that hole out first. You've been watching, looking to learn about machining as you go along. Well, that's cool. I've been hand machining stuff for a long time. I just recently got a 300 by 200 millimeter work size with a 70 millimeter Z height size distance CNC machine, and I got it on sale, so it was a really reasonable price, and I couldn't go wrong, so I bought it. I've been watching them for a while because I've been wanting one for a while. So, yeah, I was finally able to pick one up. So I made these rear shock tower mounts for my SCX10ii build, but I missed the alignment on the holes in the frame. So now I got to make new holes in the part. Not a real big deal. I'll just make these. That's how I should have done the other one, made the front hole slotted, but that's all right. So you may have seen me running the drill motor at quite an angle there. Now you know why. So that I could manage making a slotted hole, and that took care of that. Sweep up the mess here a little bit. Nothing hurts more in your fingers than little bitty aluminum splinters. I got me a little trash bucket here that I keep right by my workbench just for stuff like that. Anyway, Pino, you still there? Pino, you still there? Or did you bail out on me? You guys see what I got sitting in the background over here? Huh? Look at that slammed F450 sitting there. Yeah, buddy. It goes whoop, 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 whoop. Got it on the big screen. Damn it, boy. You're gonna make me famous. Kent, would you grab that little round ashtray up there for me, please? Is it up there?
I grabbed it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you want me to bring it over there?
Yeah, bring it over here, you smart aleck.
We said just to grab it.
Damn, he made me laugh at just the wrong time. Yeah, Pino, it's 4-channel, forward and reverse steering, and then front and rear lift are individual. I'll plug a battery into it here in a little bit and show it to you. I want to get these shocks mounted first, though. But Grassman, I don't know if you can see this too well. See if I can get this to focus on there. But I need a dark surface probably. There we go. Maybe that'll work. I did my, that's not going to show too well, is it? I did my logo, engraved my logo on there, MKRC, and got that mounted. So yeah, it's all labeled and ready, you know, professional like. If you believe that, I got some beachfront property in Arizona up for grabs too. Oh, let's see. I know I got some extra 2mm nuts down here. There we go. All right, that one goes there. Still got the sniffles. I'm just getting over a head cold and still fighting the sinus part of it. So how many people we got watching now? 5, huh? Okay. And 0 likes. Come on, you guys, hit that like button. Gee whiz. We'll be getting a video made of the 66 tomorrow. You think you will? Yeah, I made those shock towers for you too. That'd be cool. Come on, get in there. I know you can do it. All right. Shock towers are mounted. Now for the shocks. I need some parts. There's one. Come on, I know I got another one in here. Yep, right there. Oh, that's different. That's the one I actually want. It's 2 of them. Come on now, where's all my parts at? Oh, I bet I put them in that other box. Let's see. That's all right, I'll use these. I'll use these. These will work. These will work just fine and dandy. I think. If I can snap them in there. Oh, and I just lost it. Oh, man. I hate when that happens. I really, really do. I got this pile of tools and stuff on the floor over here next to me that I work with all the time. And I just dropped one of those shock parts, those link connector things, and whoops, and I don't know where it went. Man, that's just wrong. Daggone it. Well, I'll have to figure that out later. Yes, I will. I will have to figure that out later. For now, I'm going to use this one. Unless I get in my F450 box over here and get lucky. I dumped a bunch of little spare odds and ends in here the other day, so I wouldn't lose them. Ah, found one. I knew I would. Okay. So now I got two of those, which is the ones I really wanted. Yeah, those will work along with these spacers right here. Okay, and then is that screw going to be long enough? I bet not. In fact, I know it's not. Maybe that one is. Ooh, maybe not. Nope. All right. Option number 2. Is this one. Good old stainless steel. Can't go wrong with stainless, you know. Let's put them all the way forward. And those. Right there. Oh, no, those aren't right. I need these other ones because those are 440, not what you call it, M3. Yeah, so that's what I need. I think I'll use this. No, I ain't gonna use that, but I'll use the nuts. Because those are 440 nuts. And that's what I need. 440. Can you guys hear everything okay good still? It's really bad windy here. It's like storming outside almost. I made some CNC front shock mounts for DOA crawlers and sent them to him, and they look like this. That's what the front ones look like. And he got them, I think, yesterday or today in the mail, and got them put on his truck and everything, and got that put together. Whoops, wrong one. Wrong part. There it is. I knew I had another one there. And a 3D printed spacer. 5 millimeters. Just to hold the shock out from the shock tower a little bit. And there we have it. CNC, fresh off the machine, shock tower mounts. Shock mounts, shock towers, whatever you want to call them. SCX10 style. MKRC logo and everything right in there. What do you guys think? Huh? How's that look? I think they look pretty good. But, you know, I'm prejudiced too. I'm kind of spoiled on them. And someplace here, I got a bag with my 2 back tires in it. Don't know where it's at. Been moving stuff around so much the last couple days. Let's see. Well, that's 4 tires with no wheels. Well, I don't know where the back wheels are right at the moment offhand, but that's all right. I don't need them. With no weight on it, it's already got a pretty fair amount of flex. But the front shock tower mounts are 3D printed using that same pattern and custom printed for the SCX10. So yeah, that much of it's ready to go. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, folks. Oh yeah, and the electric plates too, the electronic plates, the radio plates. Yep. Yep. Thank you guys. How many people watching? 4 people watching and still 0 likes on the live stream. Come on. Get on that thumbs up wagon, y'all. Jeez. Show a little love to the old man. Come on. All right, Pino. You want to see if the F450 still works? We can see if it still works. It worked a couple days ago. That was the last time I had a battery plugged into it. So let me just show you the truck, Pino. Brandon's already seen it. Brandon's been in on this whole build from the get-go. But here's the truck. I cut the bed. I cut a custom piece of diamond plate, scale diamond plate to put in the bed. Had to cut the bed out for the suspension parts to function. And all of these parts are 3D printed that raise and lower the suspension. Let's plug that in. Let's grab this and turn it on and see which truck it's tuned to. Okay, we got to change vehicles, select model. What do I want? I want the red F450. Okay. Power it up. There it is. So there's how it works, Pino. I got 2 switches. They control each pair of servos to raise and lower the chassis. Okay. I can push them both at the same time and make it look like it's all going up and down. I didn't mix them on one switch. I was going to do that, and then I decided not to. And I have the body mount, the body post mounts printed and mounted on the front end. I just don't have the body posts in it yet. But, so can you get a look at the truck that way? Let me maybe pull the front end over a little more here. Turn the camera a little bit. So there, it's drivable. And there it's sitting on the ground. You like that, huh? Lowrider style. I can actually drive it like this. I had to cut I had to take the rear differential apart, the rear end. I'll show you. I'll show you a stock housing. Let me reach over here and grab it. How come I can't find what I want all of a sudden tonight? What's up with that? I don't know what I did with it, but this will give me an idea. Put a couple of wheels on here, just kind of line them up. So here's just about how the stock housing sits. Be just about like that on the rear. So that's how much I chopped this rear differential down and cut the rear axles and everything to shorten the width, the wheel track on the rear, so that I could fit the wheel wells of the bed down over the wheels when the truck lowers. There's several people doing this kind of a mod, and they're doing it in different ways. I did it my way based on inspiration from a couple of different people, but that's basically pretty much the same mod. Everybody does pretty much the same thing, just a little bit different with their own flavor on it. And everybody gets it to sit about that low, where the top of the fender comes right down to the just inside the top of the wheel. And hey, Marshall. So yeah, that's one of the things I've been working on the last few days. I've got some better servos coming that'll be a little more dependable. It's got 4 bastard mix match servos on it right now, but I got 4 coming that are all the same 25 kg servos with I think they're 420 inch-pounds of torque. So they'll be able to take it up and hold it up for a long time without getting hot. You know, they'll hold their position and do what they're supposed to do. But yeah, and it'll actually drive like that. See if I can do this real slow. Yeah. It's really hard to do this slow on the bench like that, but you guys get the idea. And so in this build, I had to convert the truck to 4-link suspension. So I 3D printed axle mount 4-link connections for the front and the rear because it had to be changed. The front servo on the stock F450 sits right here, and I couldn't have the suspension drop because the servo would hit the mount for the body, and so I had to relocate the steering servo to underneath the truck, and then the lift servos mount on top of the chassis in front of the axle, and they just push the shocks down, and that's all they do. On the back, it's cantilevered so that the servos lift the shocks and push down on the push rods, and it just tilts. That's all it does. It's that simple. But when it's up like this, the suspension still works. Everything still does what it's supposed to do. Well, I guess it's down right now. But when the truck's raised up, it puts pressure on the shocks, all four corners, so that the suspension actually works and everything does like it's supposed to do. So yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of time into the design of the cantilever system and the rear bed mount, because the rear bed mount went away when I cut it out, and then I had to cut the aluminum diamond plate just right so that it would fit. And I was nervous because that was my last piece of aluminum diamond plate. That was my last full sheet. So yeah, one mistake and that whole idea was going to have to be on the back burner for a while. But so that's the F450. You unplug that battery so I don't forget, because I will, because I'm old. That's what happens when you get old, guys. You forget stuff. And you get to do other things when you're old. You become privileged. Like, for example, 4 days ago, yeah, 4 days ago, I'm just now walking today. 4 days ago, I pulled a groin muscle while I was sleeping. Yeah, the beauties of getting old. Super, super special. But back to the SCX10 build. That electronics hanging loose. But 3D printed front shock towers, CNC machined rear shock towers that I just made a couple hours ago. Just got them off the CNC machine literally about an hour ago, maybe. And that's the one you want to have. You can have it, Marshall. Question is, can you afford it? I had a guy ask me if it was going to be for sale when it was done, because before I cut the body and stuff and I had the rear end modification done, I sat the body on it just to see how low it was going to sit, and I posted a picture of it on the F450 website group that I'm in, and somebody asked me if it was going to be for sale when it was done, and I said, sure, man, everything's for sale. It's just, you just have to compare budget versus perceived value. So yeah, everything's for sale. The question is, can you afford it? Because I'd have to sell it for enough to buy another truck and another radio, and that way this radio could go with this truck and everything would be programmed and ready to run. Basically, all you'd have to do is put your own 2S battery in it, and then all the work and all the design time and all that stuff. So it would be a very expensive truck, but it's doable. You know, everything can be done. Anything can be done. Just how bad do you want to make it happen? And I kind of like it. I really don't want to sell it. So you have to add that little tidbit in there too. Okay. How many watching now? 5 people watching and still not a single like showing. Let me refresh this screen. Let me see. Oh, there's 2 likes. Okay. Pino says, badass, it's a 10. Right on, dude. Thank you. There should be 5 likes on the YouTube channel, guys. There's only 2. Come on. Anyway, this was more of a test. I just wanted to make sure that all this StreamYard stuff, this broadcasting software I'm using, is going to be working. Tapping the heart. What are you talking about? I don't know what the heart does in YouTube. I don't know if the heart does anything. That's just an icon for chatting with, is all that is. Like if you put your mouse over it or whatever, there's 100%. You can click on that and it runs that up there. But yeah, that's all that does. To give the channel a like, you got to actually click the thumbs up link. So anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate the likes. I really do. Been live now, how long? Almost an hour. I've been goofing around here. And yeah, it's the thought that counts. Yep. That's true. That's true. You're outstanding, Marshall. Got to give it to you, man. You're outstanding. Most of the time, you're outstanding in your field all by yourself, but you're outstanding. And thanks to my buddy Brandon over at DOA Crawlers for this brand new SCX10 axle housing. I couldn't have got this chassis together without that. I can see the chassis still bent too. I got some straightening to do. The frame's bent. It's all right. Before I finish getting it all, I'm just fitting everything now. When I get it all fitting right, I'm gonna strip it back down and paint the frame and paint some of the parts and do all that too. But so like I was saying, well, you should have just been psychic, Brandon, and sent it anyway. The SCX10 build is coming right along in my direction. I'm happy with where it's at. All new links, stainless shocks, aluminum shocks rather. Everything's going good. And the CNC machine is just amazing. I'm just having a blast making stuff with it. I made the front shock mounts for Brandon for his SCX10, and he got them put on today. Got the truck put together, got the body mounted on it now that he was able to mount the front shocks and front body post mounts. So yeah. Anyway, that's all this live stream was for, was to show off the CNC work, do a little test, maybe get some people in here watching and chatting, and that's about the end of it. That's about all I got for tonight. I'm going to try and start doing a regular Wednesday night live stream around 6, maybe 7, called Workbench Wednesday. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe and watch for that live stream to start popping up. Maybe this next week I'll be able to do it. I was going to do it this last week, but I got sick with the head cold, so I postponed it to this past week. This past week, I couldn't get the broadcast software to work, so it took me a couple days to get that worked out. Got that worked out last night at midnight, and so yeah, maybe next Wednesday I'll be starting the first week of Workbench Wednesday on MKRC Builds. And I'll be working on a project on the workbench, whatever's on the bench that day or that week. Or maybe I'll pull a special project off the shelf to work on for the show for Wednesday nights. You never know. Wednesday I might be putting servos in the F450 and wiring them up and figuring them out. I got wire mesh material to make ramps for my gooseneck trailer for my blue F450. So I'm going to, one of the Wednesday night workbench shows is going to be building the ramps for my gooseneck, and they're going to be powered from the radio with a 6-inch travel actuator. So I'll be able to raise and lower the ramps from the radio. You know me here at MKRC Builds. I like to make things move. It's got to move. It's got to do something. I like to make things move. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I know most of you got here because of the video I put out on TikTok right before I went live, so I appreciate that too. So thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to pull the plug. Have a good night.